Have you ever felt that voice in your head telling you to quit? That it's time to stop? That you're not good enough? That the pain is too much? Maybe it happens during a workout, or when you're facing a mountain of work, or even just when the alarm clock rings on a cold, dark morning. That voice is familiar to all of us. But what if you could silence it? What if you could unlock a part of yourself you never knew existed, a part capable of enduring far more, achieving far more, and becoming far more than you ever thought possible? This is the promise of the book we're going to explore together. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This isn't just a memoir, it's a wake-up call. It's a tactical guide to mastering your mind, defying the odds, and taking complete ownership of your life. Goggins didn't write this book because he had a charmed life. He wrote it because he emerged from a nightmare of abuse, poverty, and prejudice to become one of the world's toughest endurance athletes, a former Navy SEAL, and a world record holder. And he insists that the power to do the same in your own way is lying dormant within you. By listening to this summary, you will gain the tools to start that awakening. You will learn how to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your destiny. This book feels personal because it is. It's about your untapped potential. Let's begin with the first major concept, which is the foundation for everything else. The 40% rule. Goggins introduces us to a startling idea early on. When your mind tells you you're done, when you're absolutely sure you have nothing left to give, you've actually only used up about 40% of your true capability. He calls this the 40% rule. Our brains are wired for self-preservation, not peak performance. They throw up emergency brakes long before our bodies have actually reached their limit. This isn't just a motivational theory. Goggins lived it during Navy SEAL Hell Week, where he pushed through sleep deprivation, hypothermia, and unimaginable physical pain by simply refusing to accept the first, second, or even 10th signal from his brain to quit. Think about the last time you were at the gym, doing your final set of repetitions. Your muscles are burning, and your mind is screaming, "That's it, stop now." But what if you did just one more rep? Or two? That moment of pushing past the initial discomfort is you tapping into that other 60%. It applies to mental tasks too. Staring at a complex project, feeling the urge to procrastinate, but deciding to work for just 20 more focused minutes. That's you proving the 40% rule correct. Your practical takeaway for today is this. The next time you feel that urge to quit, whether it's on a run, a task, or a difficult conversation, acknowledge the feeling. Say to yourself, this is just the 40% alarm. I have so much more in the tank. Then make a conscious decision to push just 5% further. Do one more rep. Write one more paragraph. Have that uncomfortable conversation. Start retraining your mind to understand that its limits are largely an illusion. The accountability mirror. But before you can push your limits, you have to get brutally honest about where you are right now. Goggins calls this radical honesty, and his method for achieving it is called the accountability mirror. After a period of being overweight and unhappy, Goggins started a simple but powerful ritual. He would stand in front of his bathroom mirror and put sticky notes all over it. These notes weren't affirmations. They were harsh, unflinching truths. They said things like lazy, fat, you're lying to yourself, and mediocre. Every morning and every night, he was forced to confront his own flaws head-on. This wasn't about self-hatred. It was about destroying denial and taking 100% responsibility for his life. Imagine you're feeling stuck in your career. It's easy to blame the economy, a bad boss, or a lack of opportunities. The accountability mirror forces you to ask the harder questions. Write on a sticky note, am my skills outdated? Or do I waste 2 hours a night on my phone instead of learning? Or am I truly giving my best effort? Placing that note on your mirror where you see it daily removes the option of ignoring the problem.
It moves the blame from external factors to the one person you can actually control: yourself. Your takeaway is to create your own version of the accountability mirror. This week, take 5 minutes and write down 1 or 2 hard truths about an area where you're falling short. Be specific. Don't write, "get in shape." Write, "I skip my workout 3 times a week because I choose comfort." Put that note where you will see it every day. This act of radical accountability is the first, most crucial step toward making a real change. Callousing your mind. Life is hard. Challenges are inevitable. Goggins argues that we shouldn't try to avoid hardship, but instead we should actively seek it out to prepare for it. He calls this callousing the mind. Just as a laborer's hands become tough and resilient through repeated work, our minds can become resilient through intentional exposure to difficulty. Goggins didn't wait for challenges to find him. He went looking for them. He ran ultra marathons with no training, not because he was a natural runner, but because he wanted to subject his mind to the worst possible suffering to make it stronger. Imagine you're feeling stuck in your career. It's easy to blame the economy, a bad boss, or a lack of opportunities. The callousing mind approach is to sign up for a small, low-stakes presentation. The anxiety and discomfort you feel while preparing and delivering that talk are the equivalent of building a callus. It will be painful the first time, but each time you do it, the mental callus thickens and the activity becomes less terrifying. You are literally strengthening your mind's resilience. Your practical takeaway is to schedule your suffering. Identify one small, uncomfortable thing you normally avoid. Maybe it's a cold shower, a difficult phone call, or studying a subject you find hard. This week, intentionally do that thing. Don't wait for motivation. Embrace the discomfort. Remember, you are not being punished. You are training. You are building a callus on your mind so that when real adversity hits, you'll be ready. The cookie jar. When you're in the middle of a great challenge, doubt can creep in. To combat this, Goggins developed a mental tool called the cookie jar. Imagine a jar where you store all your past successes, no matter how small. Every time you overcame a difficulty, every time you finished something hard, every small victory, these are your cookies. When you're facing a new monumental task and your mind starts telling you that you can't do it, you reach into your cookie jar. You pull out a cookie, a memory of a time you succeeded against the odds, and you use it as proof that you have what it takes. You're preparing for a major exam and feel completely overwhelmed. Your mind says, "You're not smart enough to pass this." That's when you open your cookie jar. You remember the cookie from when you passed that really tough class in college. You remember the cookie from when you learned a complex new software for your job. You remember the cookie from when you stuck to a budget and paid off a debt. Each of these cookies is evidence that you have perseverance and intelligence. They are tangible proof that you can overcome hard things. Start building your cookie jar today. Take a notebook or a notes app on your phone and list 5 times in your life when you face something difficult and push through. It could be anything from graduating school to recovering from a breakup to learning to drive. This is the beginning of your jar. The next time you face a challenge, take a moment to consciously reach into your jar and select a cookie. Let that memory fuel your next step forward. Taking souls. This is one of Goggins' most powerful and misunderstood concepts. Taking souls is about using the negativity, doubt, and negativity of others as fuel for your own success. During SEAL training, instructors would scream insults and doubt into the trainees' faces. Instead of letting it break him, Goggins learned to use that negative energy. He would mentally take the instructor's soul, their power, their doubt, and convert it into his own determination. It's about alchemizing external pressure into internal power. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague makes a snide comment about a project you're leading, implying you're not up to the task. The normal reaction might be anger, defensiveness, or self-doubt. The taking souls reaction is to smile internally. That comment is now fuel. It's a soul you can take. You think, "You doubt me? Good, watch me." You use that negative energy to focus even more intensely, to work even smarter, and to ultimately succeed so definitively that your success becomes the answer. You haven't fought the person, you've used their energy to empower yourself. Your takeaway is to reframe one negative interaction this week. When someone expresses doubt or criticism, see it not as an attack, but as a gift of energy. Mentally acknowledge that you are taking their soul and converting that negative energy into focused, determined action. This shifts you from a reactive victim to a proactive warrior. The governor in your mind. Goggins talks about a governor on our potential, a psychological limiter that society, our upbringing, and our own fears install in us. This governor is set to a certain level of performance, and it kicks in to keep us safe, comfortable, and within the bounds of what we believe is possible for someone like us. The problem is, this governor is set far too low. Becoming uncommon, as Goggins says, requires smashing this governor. It requires ignoring the preset limits and deciding for yourself what you are capable of. Think of a car that's engineered to go 150 miles per hour, but a governor is installed to cap its speed at 80. The driver gets used to 80 being fast. They never know the true power of the engine. Many of us live our lives with the governor on our potential. We hit a certain income level and plateau. We achieve a certain fitness level and stop. We accept a certain level of mediocrity in our relationships. We think, this is just my lot in life. That's the governor talking. Your task is to identify one area of your life where you feel you've plateaued. Ask yourself, is this a real limit or is it just the governor? Then make a plan to push 10% beyond that limit. If you think you can only save $100 a month, challenge yourself to save $110. If you think you can only run 2 miles, run 2.25. By consciously pushing past these self-imposed barriers, you are slowly dismantling the governor one piece at a time. Conclusion. So, what have we learned? We've learned that our minds are the biggest obstacle to our success, but they are also our greatest weapon. We've learned to push past the 40% alarm, to be brutally honest with ourselves in the accountability mirror, and to build resilience by callousing our minds. We've discovered tools like the cookie jar for moments of doubt, and the strategy of taking souls to turn negativity into fuel. Most importantly, we've learned that we must smash the governor that keeps us living a life of mediocrity. This summary is just the beginning. The real work starts now, in the choices you make when no one is watching. It starts tomorrow morning when the alarm clock rings. Will you hit snooze? Or will you embrace the suck and start your day uncommon? You have a reservoir of strength you've never even touched. You have a mind capable of enduring far more than you know. The mission is clear. Stop complaining. Stop blaming. Start holding yourself accountable. Embrace the struggle. Go to your mirror, define your truths, and then get to work on them. Your life is waiting for you to finally claim it. Stay hard. Thank you for listening with Audiobooks in Minutes. If this summary helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more powerful book summaries. See you in the next video.